Evening peeps, good evening everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. We are back and it is good to be back as well. What a crazy 36 hours, honestly crazy. I'm not quite sure where to begin. I don't know where to start. This debrief's going to go all over the place. There's no structure to it. I'm trying to make sense of it all still. I knew that I was desperate to get to the green chair. As soon as Tyson Fury's ass hit the canvas, I was like, I need to get to the fucking green chair. That's all I was thinking about, was like, oh my God, I need to somehow get home and talk about this. And I've had like 36 hours to think about it, watch people's videos, the reactions, the overreactions, and I still can't quite make sense of what happened. There's a part of me that's like, okay, Tyson Fury just clearly, like all of us, underrated Francis Ngannou. But there's also a part of me that was like, I don't know if he did. Do you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure if he did. I still think, like, still sparred, still trained, did a camp, had time to do a good camp as well. There were no injuries in the camp. Ultimately, he was just, I guess, surprised by everyone. I will say this, we're going to go backwards and forwards on this video. I will say this, I thought Tyson Fury won the fight. If we're scoring it round for round, I thought Tyson Fury won the fight by maybe 2 rounds, a round maybe. I always feel like when the underdog does so much better than you expected, you kind of sway to the underdog a little bit. But I've now watched that fight back 4 times. And if I'm just scoring it round for round, I think Tyson Fury nicked it by a round, maybe 2. Not going to take away anything from Francis Ngannou. And look, trust me, I'm going to give him a lot of credit on this video. But I do think it's important to say who I thought won the fight, because I do think there are some people that are saying it was a robbery. And I don't quite see, nothing backs that up. You know, punch stats don't back that up. Nothing really backs that up. So I will say that Tyson Fury won the fight, but overall he lost on the night, if that makes any sense. And he did. He lost big time. But we'll get to that as well. There has been a few overreactions in this. I mean, people have now started to kind of unpack Tyson Fury's career. Like, well, he wasn't that great anyway. He beat Wilder and Wilder weren't that great. I don't really like to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm also not going to do what a few other people have done, mainly from the MMA world. Like, oh, Ngannou can beat everyone now. He beat the lineal heavyweight champion. He can beat Zhang. He can beat AJ. I'm not really going to do that as well. I did say, though, on a video, I think a few days before I left, I think I done a video saying, I think Francis Ngannou's trolling us. I did say that on a video. I did a whole video about it, that I've watched Ngannou in the UFC for years. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff with Ngannou, and he is a lot better than he was showing. And I actually said that to him as well. I interviewed him. I said that to him. I said, dude, you're not tricking me. Like, you're better than you're showing. Did I expect him to be as cultured? No, I expected him to be rash and just all over the place. And he wasn't that. And I realized that from like the first 30 seconds. And I think Fury realized that from the first 30 seconds as well. Like, fuck, this guy's a lot better than I thought he was. And I think Tyson Fury realized he was a lot stronger than maybe Fury thought he was as well. Like, Francis Ngannou is strong, solid, dense muscle. And Fury, who's been used to bullying people in the ring, finally couldn't bully him. It was almost the story of the bully getting bullied, because Fury normally puts his weight on you. He does everything, doesn't he? And Ngannou was like, get off me. You're not bullying me. I'm stronger than you. You know, I clinch people for fun in my discipline. You're not doing it to me. So I think that was a bit of a shock to the system with Tyson Fury. Look, before we unpack all that, and there's loads to unpack, I just want to quickly talk about my time in Saudi. It was my 3rd time there. I was obviously there as a fan very early in my career for AJ Ruiz. I was there for Usyk AJ. This was a million times better than any of that. Like, a million times better. I was there doing the world feed for DAZN with Barry Jones. And even he was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, it felt like I was watching WrestleMania and Super Bowl kind of combined. And I can say that because I've covered a lot of the big events. I've been to a lot of big events, whether it be as a fan or someone working. I've been up close and personal behind the scenes. That was the greatest experience I've ever seen or ever experienced. You know, when I went there and I heard about this 2-ring thing, I was like, this isn't going to work. In fact, I said, this is stupid. I said, they've clearly overthought things. It isn't going to work. It worked. I don't know how it worked. I can't explain to you how it worked, but it just worked, having the undercard over there in a separate arena and the main event in another arena. It just worked. And by the way, they're only 30 seconds apart from each other. But somehow it was like, okay, the undercard's done, and now all the focus is on this. I mean, that fucking main event had its opening ceremony. The ring came from the floor. There's too much to talk about what happened. Hopefully you guys witnessed it and experienced it all on TV, but it was sensational. Like, I don't know how much that shit cost, and obviously that event would have made a loss of epic proportions, but they don't care. It was incredible. When Tyson Fury done the ring walk, and this is the one mistake they made, Tyson Fury did the ring walk, and it was like a line of the who's who of boxing, and he spud in them. It was almost like, okay, you're doing this for us, Tyson. Don't let us down. That was sensational. I don't know why they didn't do the same thing with Francis Ngannou. Like, they should have had all the MMA guys lined up, and Francis Ngannou should have been spudding them on the way to the ring as well. That would have been perfect. And there was enough MMA guys there. Chuck Liddell was there. Randy Couture was there. Frank Mir was there. Who else was there? Obviously, Kamaru Usman was there. Israel Adesanya was there. Conor McGregor was there. Junior Dos Santos was there. There was enough MMA guys to do exactly what Tyson Fury did. But I thought that was just, even Tyson Fury's walk, I thought was just sensational. And it was very Rocky IV-esque when they were in the, like, when the ring came up. And I was like, all it needed was for them to be in the ring. But anyway, enough of that. You guys don't care about it. You want to care about the fight. I think that, like, again, I think Francis Ngannou was a lot better than we expected. Way better. I thought Tyson Fury was off. Tyson Fury, I don't know why he thinks he's now this puncher. Like, the Tyson Fury that for me, the best Tyson Fury, and it was actually a boring fight, was Vladimir Klitschko. That was the best Tyson Fury, right? Klitschko couldn't land a glove on him because he was hit and move on the back foot, avoiding punches. He knew he wasn't a puncher. He didn't dine out on being a puncher, so he didn't want to kind of just stand in that space of, okay, let's have a fight. And I'm like, why is he trying to have a shootout with Francis Ngannou? This is Francis Ngannou's best opportunity. Like, Tyson Fury, when he got caught, was trying to land a right and got caught with the left hook. Someone's like, you're not a puncher, dude. You're not that. I mean, I don't know if it's because of the Dillian White knockout or because of the Wilder fights where he thinks he's now got that equalizer. No, you're a boxer. Box. And it was just strange tactics. He even switched immediately. I think it was the second round or maybe early in the third where he switched to southpaw. And that was almost like, can't you work out what to do with Ngannou in orthodox? I mean, is Ngannou causing you that much problem that you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have to switch early here? Like, honestly, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I was genuinely, after the fourth round, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what is going on? And even from that knockdown, regardless of what Tyson Fury did after the knockdown, I knew this was going to be, in the eyes of boxing people and everyone, sports people, a loss for Fury. It was going to be. And look, because he won the fight. Look, he won the fight on the scorecards, right? But this is a loss for him, and ultimately, it's a loss for boxing. The lineal heavyweight champion of the world, unbeaten, Tyson Fury, has just gone life and death with a person that has laced up the gloves professionally for the first time. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Embarrassing. Because if the roles were reversed, Fury would not get out of the first minute with Ngannou in a cage. It's embarrassing. There's no other two ways to kind of slice and dice it. Other people have tried to say, oh, yeah, day off at the office. Okay, cool. Doesn't mean it's still not embarrassing. That wasn't supposed to happen. Tyson Fury was supposed to cakewalk Ngannou, set him up, fatigue him, and ultimately ref jumps in maybe. That's what was supposed to happen. The opposite happened. Tyson Fury got put in his backside by Ngannou. And look, I said this something, I don't know if you guys were watching any of the DAZN interviews I was doing with Barry Jones. I kept on saying, dude, there's something in the air here. Like, this guy's story, first of all, he's not scared of Fury. Like, I do feel like, the last couple of Fury opponents, not scared, but I almost felt like they went in and they knew they were going to lose. Dillian White, Chisora. This guy's not scared of Fury at all. This guy, I said on my video before I left, this guy was street homeless 10 years ago. His story's different. That guy's got a will to win that. I know this is all nice in hindsight, but you can't tell that guy that he's going to lose. You can't. I tried to in a few interviews and he kind of just stared me down like, you don't know what you're talking about, Ade. Man, Honestly, just for me, that almost was a bigger shock for me. And funny, because again, it was a win than AJ Ruiz, because AJ was fighting a boxer. This isn't trying to, bring it back to AJ. AJ's trying to fight a boxer. This guy is fighting a novice. A novice. He went life and death with a novice. Mate, honestly. Sorry, I know this video is, but it's still quite like, it's still, all of it's still just shocking to me. Like, shocking. Like, Tyson Fury, like, what's that phrase? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Or I can't remember what the phrase is. But Tyson Fury clearly has all the talent in the world. But you look at him and, we've kind of always laughed and joked, and he does it as well. I'm a fat boy, but I beat you up. Muscles don't mean anything. And he's correct, right? It's because he's proven that in the past. But there's part of me that look at him and, that kind of back fat he has, and he's overweight, let's be honest. And I'm like, does that mean you're not training properly? Like surely if you are training balls to walls, like, you're the best and you're hitting all the numbers, surely that extra layer that he has around his waist, and it's like that big tire of fat around his waist, wouldn't be there. Like, as he just dined out on the fact that his talent would just supersede what everyone else has got. Because I'm just trying to find excuses for him here, because that was such a bad performance. Even when he was in there and he realized, okay, Ngannou's maybe a bit better than I thought, I would have expected Tyson Fury to make adjustments. Like, this is Tyson Fury. Okay, look, fuck me, Ngannou's good here. Let me just, get back to the corner and switch things up a little bit. Let me start throwing some feints. Let me maybe double jab. Let me pivot. Let me throw him off a little bit. Let me do this. Let me clinch inside. Let me be a bit of dirty boxing, which he did with the elbow. But no, nothing. You know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? That, again, and I'll repeat myself, the lineal WBC Heavyweight Champion can't make adjustments against a novice. Yes, this is a novice that's a fighter. He's a fighter in Ngannou, but he's still a novice. And Fury can't make adjustments? Like, you can't make an adjustment? You're, the greatest heavyweight of this generation. Your fans will say you're the greatest heavyweight of all time. You can't make an adjustment against a novice? No. I will say this, though. I'm not having Tyson Fury's always been shit talk. Park that nonsense. Tyson Fury is still a very, very, very good heavyweight, and probably still is the best heavyweight of this generation. But, early hours of Sunday morning, part of that theory got exposed. And I don't know what this means for everyone. I'm going to do loads of videos on this when I can just take a sec, have a bit to eat, maybe pour myself a drink and breathe. Because I don't know what it means. Like, does this now mean that Ngannou is now a fixture in the heavyweight division? Like, Ngannou versus AJ, Ngannou versus Zhang, Wilder? Is that what it means? What does it mean for the undisputed fight? I mean, Fury was the one, all of a week ago, saying that Usyk has to fight him on the 25th of December because it's legal and it's the contract and he'll get sued. And isn't it Fury now kind of backing away from that day? This is a fucking disaster for the Furies. It is. I'm sorry, it is. We give them plaudits when they deserve plaudits, right? I mean, after the Wilder free fight, one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen, rightly so, Tyson Fury got applauded, and he took all those plaudits, and hence why he's getting paid the hundreds of millions he's getting paid. When you have a bad night at the office that he had, expect to get ridiculed. Expect it. Like, because when you talk the way you talk and you don't deliver, it's going to happen. It's the nature of the business. But yeah, Fury was awful. That's as bad as I can remember. It really was. But Ngannou was also a lot better than many expected. Ngannou was a lot better. You know the one thing that surprised me about Ngannou? The gas tank. I know he didn't really let his hands go in rounds 9 and 10, and I think the stats back that up. But I expected him to kind of be out on his feet with that kind of dense muscle, all the lactic acid building up in his fucking enormous legs and back. Didn't happen. Which surprised me because, remember, Ngannou's not full. since January 2022. That was his last fight in the UFC. And even before that, he's only actually fought like a round here, a round there, a couple of rounds there. Like, he's not had any rounds in the last 5 years, really. So I thought, okay, I mean, I know you can try and replicate that in sparring and you do your road work and all your S&C stuff, but it's not a fight. So I thought, oh, he's going to get tired here because he's going to have to do things. And Tyson Fury is going to have to make him work and he's going to get tired. He didn't get tired. And I think even Fury was surprised by that. I think even me sort of, watching the fight and working, I was thinking, okay, Ngannou started well, but he's going to get tired here. He's going to have to, didn't get tired. But back to it, I do think Fury won, but ultimately he lost. That's it, right? Fury won the fight, but lost the battle. It's true. Look, we're going to do so many more videos. I'm here now. I'm here. Hello, everyone. We're going to do so many videos because I think the undercard needs to be spoken about. That's a separate video. What next for both is a separate video. But I just want to kind of come back and give my 2 pence very quickly. And something else that bothered me a little bit. And I get that, Saudi Arabia still has this reputation, right? It's going to. There's still a lot that goes on in the country that shouldn't go on. And, I mean, the past atrocities are bad. But they clearly are trying to get over that and get through it. I saw a tweet from Savannah Marshall, who big fan of, and she said something like, I can only see a handful of females in the crowd. I'm like, that's just a lie. I'm there. I'm not, I'm not defending Saudi people, but I'm there. And I'm like, I see hundreds. It was probably 1 to 10. For every 10 guys, there was 1 female, which, by the way, is at every boxing event in the UK. That, again, stuttering here, sorry. That's at every football event. In fact, it's worse than that of football. So, I mean, that statement, what she said was just not needed. Not needed, not factual. And I don't know what or kind of picture she's trying to paint about it. My God, by the way, the amount of stars that were there, and you guys saw it, by the way. How silly was that picture with all the stars? And I think Gareth A. Davis was there. I think Shane Fury was in it. Bit weird, that photo. But the amount of boxing stars that were there. And someone said, oh yeah, but they're getting paid. So what? Who cares? I'm happy for the boxers that have had the careers they've had to get a little extra cash on the side. I'm all for it. Don't mind it. I mean, who doesn't get paid to go to things? I know influencers and Instagram people that get paid to go to football matches. And you're having but they're getting paid to go there. Who cares? Let them get paid. If Lennox Lewis by the way, Lennox Lewis on the way back from Saudi to Abu Dhabi was right in front of me. He said, hi, Ade. Didn't say hi, Ade. He said, hi, I'm lying. He said, hi. Clearly knows who I am, doesn't he? But yeah, so what if they're getting paid? If Lennox is getting paid 100 grand to be there, good on Lennox. If Frank Bruno's getting paid 50 grand, good on Frank. If Riddick Bowe, who I'm sure is getting nothing from the boxing world, is getting 30 grand to come there and shake a few hands, good on him. I don't know why people are so like, they're getting paid to be there. That's why they're there. I don't care if they're getting paid to be there. I want them to get paid. These ex-fighters entertained me for forever, put their body and brains on the line for me, and all of a sudden someone wants to give them a couple of quid to turn up at an event. Fucking give them the couple of quid. Stop moaning. All right, anyway, look, that's that. We will do way more videos. This is me just getting warmed up. But certainly what next for Ngannou, what next for Fury, and that undercard as well, because Wardley ticked every box, Parker ticked the box, Arslan Makhmudov ticked the box, and Bakoli certainly ticks the box. Who have I left out? Moses Atalma. He ticks all boxes. Peace.